Second tries, second goes, second chances at life. Here we start. John Hightower writes, "You seem to be on the idea of empathy pretty hard lately. Question, do you see empathy as a means or an end?" It's a big question. One I didn't think about. First of all, I don't really like the comparison. Is it a means or an end? It's only ever used to view really bad, murdery, revengey stuff. And that's nothing that I'm gonna do. People also do means versus ends arguments in order to rip off their friends or leave them or do various kind of bad things. It's weird to go through life looking for ends and the quickest way to them. It sounds similar to goal setting, but more nefarious. More who do I have to rip off? More true neutral D&D, where the person's constantly looking for a way to advance, and even if they do a nice thing, it's not really a nice thing because they're looking for an ends. And that ends aren't always nice, especially if you cut corners to get to them. That's what I find. The means needs to be an end until itself. What if you don't get to the end? What if the end is so far that you'll never see it? It's just you being really mean. The poetic thing that I like about means versus ends is that if you don't get to the ends or the S, it's just mean. It's not a thing that I frame my everyday life in, but I guess it is because I still have goals, I still make decisions, I still make sacrifices. That means is too hard, and I have to get rid of ends altogether. It's just like chopping down a tree. In fact, we chopped down lots of trees. What's that ends? For houses? Houses are nice, but trees are nice too. It's hard to balance them out. I've been hard on this empathy thing. For one thing, it was like Black History Month. For another thing, I had lots of empathy ideas. Certainly, one of the results that I wanted because of it is for people to imagine other people complexly. But the result of that should be people being nicer, and I did not say that throughout. You think if that was my point, I'd say be nicer to people. So, what is empathy then? I don't want just people to be nice for empty hollow sake. I want people to have a greater understanding. I want to have a greater understanding of people, and I want them to have a greater understanding of me. That way we can better recognize all of our problems and help make the world a better place by imagining every person as an equal person with equal contributions and equal ticks and equal needs and equal desires and equal tastes, each of which are worth listening to. So it's an ends. Being nice and understanding people is pretty much empathy. So that's the ends. That's what we want to do. But then again, I look at things like global warming and religious intolerance. That is to say, also tolerance by religions and people who are starving and people that are starved. And I want those people's pain to be understood more than graphs, more than individual stories can say. I want those people to be heard and cared for. So that makes it a means. A means I can live with. Also an ends if that's as far as it goes. But is that alright though? Is it just alright to understand how people feel when they are poor, or how they are poor and why they are poor, and then not get to the ends? What does that make that means? What was the point of those videos, if not to make people more understood and then drive to some sort of conclusion? When asked if sharing and encouraging and teaching empathy is a means or an ends, the weird rotating answer is yes. What do I want people to do now? Healthcare rally, vote, write letters to congressmen, donate to charity. There's a lot to do. And hopefully I'm nice to my friends and to trees. I'm definitely stuck on empathy because I am a writer. I profess to write. I write things. Stories, narratives, characters. I don't know if that makes it easier for empathy because I want to be in the perspective of this character and I want to understand why the other characters have actions. I want the reader to read my words and also understand the character and their actions. What goes into what we are as people? I have movies that let you know that I like to sit around on the couch and stare blankly at a screen. I have a pile of pillows to let you know that I'm a pussy. What makes me relatable? I have Blu-rays there to let you know that I have good taste, that I'm a nerd. They're all several strings that reach out for a connection. Then again, I'm on a weird YouTube video. I make YouTube videos, which is also a sincerely weird thing. Who does that? You can't talk to anyone on the street and be like, do you make YouTube videos? Do you make YouTube videos? That would be cool. And I kind of want that, but it isn't. So we're extremely disconnected. So what? What can we do with knowing about other people? What good is understanding how to help if you can't help? Letting them know, writing them a letter, being sorry, spreading the word, trying to find someone else to help, retweeting, re-signing, resharing. There's a lot we can do with it. There's a lot of ends for this means. So how about you? What ends can we come to with this means? Or is this means enough to be an ends if we never get to it? Bye bye. It's the bye bye song. And I kinda want that.